Hello and welcome to this edition of the Topical Discussion. My name is Simon Kagwanjala. As we count down to election day, it's barely 2 weeks to two elections. Well, there are quite a number of things. We want to get the mood, the stakes, and definitely what's on the horizon. It's been a season of mixed signals, a bit of excitement, a bit of nervousness, issues here and there, and then directives here and there. But what really lies beneath everything that we've seen is the very issue that we'll be discussing this morning with Mr. Misach Kawamara, the Senior Presidential Advisor on Mobilization, together with Counsel George Musisi, Counsel for the National Unity Platform. A very good morning to you both, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Good to see you.
Pleasure to be here always.
How would you take stock of how the season, the electoral season, has been so far?
Well, these campaigns, Simon, have been full of contradictions. When the presidential nominations ended and we had 30 days of peaceful campaigns, remember the narrative was that we're having a peaceful election. Before the nomination, still there was a lot of people were jittery because of what they had seen in the past elections, past presidential elections. So the 30 days presented some calm. However, they took a turn when we saw lots of violence, we saw some deaths. But then again, the other issue has been the administrative orders that have been coming from the Electoral Commission, that for the first time since the post-1995 elections, we've seen the Electoral Commission denominating more candidates than it has ever happened. And even on of course, yes, I should give it that they received the most petitions than they have ever received before. But I think even that tribunal, it has received more prominence than it has ever received. The rulings have been quite weird because they have not been consistent. So it has created what you can call a climax, because we're heading into a climax of mixed reactions where people are campaigning, there's violence, then some people are having rulings hanging over their heads, parliamentary candidates having rulings hanging over their heads, not knowing what is going to happen. Some are in court, some are still awaiting Electoral Commission decisions. So it's created what you wouldn't expect going into a presidential general election.
Very interesting. Mishach, what would you write home about the electoral season so far?
Thank you very much, Njala. I would say so far so good, because I'm speaking on the side of my candidate, who is none other than His Excellency President Yoweri Museveni. My candidate has been consistent throughout. He has been consistent, preaching the gospel of wealth, speaking the gospel of peace and security, job creation. So I want to thank him, because wherever he has gone, he has been preaching the same message. And the man really has everything in his head. Wherever he goes, he tells Ugandans to come out of poverty. He shows videos and on screen. People can watch, people can learn, people can testify what they have benefited from Emyoga, from PDM, from industrial hubs. So I want to thank my candidate. And there has been no chaos as far as we're concerned.
Just a second. Is PDM a government program or an NRM campaign tool?
An NRM government program. The government you're talking about is NRM government. It was given mandate for 5 years to lead this country. It has its programs which are sailing. And the programs which are successful sail the government, sail President Museveni, sail NRM. So the PDM is a brainchild of President Museveni, therefore it's an NRM government program. Have I answered your question, sir?
George, when you look at this campaign, what has been glaring mainly has been the issue of money, crowds, security. security, and the Electoral Commission, all put together, how would you assess the way they have all played out?
The manager of the campaigns, of the elections, is the Electoral Commission. And all those other factors you're talking about, like security, like the usage of money, are regulated by the law, and the EC is supposed to crack the whip where there is anyone offending. I think the manager, if you are to assess the referee Electoral Commission, it has acted very shabbily. It has been shabby. Right from the time of nominations, Simon, you remember that the roadmap was revised at least 3 times. And you wondered, how do you go into a general election, which you've organized for the last 5 years, and the roadmap is still coming out in very shabby ways?
But it's not cast in stone.
No, it should be cast in stone, because an election comes once in 5 years. You should know that you're having an election. The time is set by the law. Why should the image of the Electoral Commission is crucial, Simon. If you haphazardly change, it tends to think that maybe you are acting on other whims, especially where you change when you don't give a reason for changing. Then it comes to issues of the register. Simon, you know that the final register was announced by the Electoral Commission about 1 month ago. Just about 1 month ago, when the candidates were nominated, the presidential candidates, they were given a tentative register. When the chairperson announced the final register 2 months into the campaigns, it had an addition of over 1 million people from what the candidates were given. Then it came to the issues of polling stations. Then it comes to issues of biometric machines, which even until about 1 month ago, even the presidential candidate agents, including the NRM agent, Mr. Mosby Aranga, didn't even know how they are going to be used. Now, when it comes to how the campaigns have played out, you see the involvement of security. We've always had the involvement of security, and all the elections, it has been a nasty issue, including the by-election we had in Kawempe earlier this year. And I remember in one of the meetings, I told the chairperson that you are the manager. You are supposed to crack the whip. You are not supposed to, you don't have a force, yes, to call security, but you are the one who is supposed to call security to order. Right now, what we are seeing is even when security is clearly out of order, especially on matters pertaining to elections, because they always say security can do things which are outside elections. But on matters pertaining to elections, like for instance, deciding who campaigns where, which route, which presidential candidate campaigns where, the Electoral Commission is supposed to come out and guide. We've seen them very quiet. Most they have done is that very feeble statement they released after the Guru Ugly incidents, where the EC chair said police should investigate. Of course, over 15 days later, we've not seen any update on that. So I think all these other factors playing out, like the usage of money, the involvement of security, I take it back to the issue of who is supposed to be in charge of the election.
Do you get a sense, or do you subscribe to the notion that the military has overtaken the Electoral Commission in managing the campaigns?
No, it hasn't. I don't agree with you on that. The military has not taken over the work of the Electoral Commission. In fact, the military is giving support because it is its mandate. We need security in order to vote. Without security, there will be chaos. We really need the security.
Yeah, but the military at the same time, if I could directly refer to the statements of General Mohozi, the CDF, where he's telling people to cast their ballot and go home. It's caused a lot of contradiction. Why would it be the CDF to issue directives and not the Electoral Commission?
You see, I am not a spokesperson for the CDF, but my own understanding is that the CDF was advising the voters that I wish you well. I wish you to conduct a peaceful election. So I would advise you, after elections, please go home instead of lingering around and causing commotion. Because when you cause commotion, then security will come in and the results will be regrettable. So, the CDF is not intimidating people. The CDF is advising people. In fact, even everybody has talked about it. Even if it was me, I would advise people the same. That after voting, you have your agents there, you have the observers, and the agents are very many. because you are aware on that same day they are voting for the president, and we have 8 presidential candidates. They are voting for members of parliament, district women MPs, and the constituency MPs. So the agents will be so many, plus the observers. So, and then if you bring the voters around, and we have heard what they've been saying, Kakume, Karonde, Kabanje. What do you expect out of those words? And we have seen it before. So the best thing is to advise people.
When I listen to the counter directives that are coming up every time, the other day it's about leave the polling station, and now the most recent is about the flag. You would imagine that the state is on the edge. It's nervous about what is yet to come.
You see, when you say the state, who has talked about the flag? Has the president talked about the flag? Has the government spokesperson spoken about the flag? Has the NRM spokesperson come here and talk about the flag? I don't think so. People have their own beliefs. People have their own liberty to speak whatever. I'm here now. I can say anything, but it will not mean that the president has sent me here to talk about the flag. So people may be here advising people in their own way. I have nothing to speak about the flag. Me, I'm here to tell people to have a peaceful election, to come out of their homes peaceful on 15th, vote for their favorable candidates, and march home peacefully. We don't want chaos. We don't want wars. We don't want people to throw stones. We don't want people to burn tires. We don't want people to insult their colleagues. From whichever party someone comes from, please be peaceful. That's my word. Peaceful elections. But then about the flag, those are minor things. People are talking about petty things. What's wrong with the flag? I see nothing wrong with the flag. It's a national flag. The other thing I read was probably using it badly, because that flag has its own purpose, and people respect the flag. If you turn it upside down, if you dress it, if you wrap it, and that's another thing. People can be advised. Please use your flag with respect. Keep it well, but not saying that don't hold it, don't raise it. No, you can raise the flag because it's the national flag. Every Ghanaian has the freedom to hold the flag.